Hi, Virgo. You guys, when I was channeling you guys, I immediately got a sensual energy. And since you guys don't settle until you get what you want, I'll be your crack whore. I mean, because let's be real. If you guys don't get your way, you will secretly, silently judge the fuck out of the person who's not giving you, or the situation who's not giving you what you want. You'll make them feel shit about it in many different ways. You want this Jessica Rabbit sort of like vibe. You want the lavish, you want the love, you want compassion, you want the normal things that people want, right? But at the same time, are your expectations unrealistic? Some of you kissed the frog. You said, "Where's the prince?" or "Where's the princess?" Any day now. And nothing happened. The situation didn't change. The person didn't change. You didn't change. The dynamic didn't change. Nothing fucking changed. Why? Because there was a catch. There was a catch that Virgos wasn't seeing. You guys are very analytical, and you do your best to analyze every aspect of a situation. But when you feel like somebody is beneath you, you become a tyrant. You become a tyrant. It's like you will have them put on shit like this. You will have a fucking a woman or a man who's like the most clean knit person, and then have them put on some fucking kinky shit like this. And then the other day tell them, "Take that shit off. That shit looks slutty." Because it's not who you are today. This is the thing that's been happening with Virgo. Because it's either going like this for Virgo. Either you need to change so the situation can get better, or you need to let go of a person or a situation that's not turning into the when you kissed it and nothing changed, but yet they can dress up like this, and you can smack them on the ass and do all that shit and whatever, but who's growing out of this situation? Most certainly not Virgo. Because when you're in a place of stagnation and you're stuck with one product, one thing, because you do like to pick people's brains, but when you have picked a brain that does not have that much depth, you start to manipulate that brain because you become bored with the brain. It's like, well, what can we do with you now? My little science experiment, what can I do with you now? Let me dress you up like this. Oh no, let's take that off. Let's put you in something else. Here, sit like this. Be like that. Reflections, Virgo. Reflections, Virgo. Because a lot of changes need to be made, and I'm looking down at my journal, like I always write my channelings in. A lot of changes need to be made. Because this act of rebellion that you're doing, there's like this air of rebellion and taboo when I was channeling you guys. So it's kind of like you're at a point where it's like, yes, a lot of changes need to be made, but because you've rebelled so much to the point where you're in a situation where it's like a tug of war, what can you do with it? Because Gemini and Virgo are from the same planet. We're from Mercury. We need to be constantly intrigued, impressed. We need to constantly be learning something. So when we're working with something that it's dead weight and it's still around, it's kind of like we start to fuck with it. It's like kicking, like, how when you see a dead animal on the road, and like the kids pick it with a stick. That's what you're doing, Virgo. And you know what it is. You know what it is, but at this point, it's just fucking funny to you. But low-key, that's evil as shit. Especially, okay, so for either or of you, it could either be like the person is really fucking trying and you're just being an asshole. Like you're literally like not, you're refusing to change in ways where you know you could be better because you probably have attempted to make these changes for this person in the past. Whereas the person is the one that's unwilling to change. The person is going to stay a fucking frog. And you've known that this person is a frog. And they're not capable of magical powers and changing. All they can really do is dress slutty for you. And entertain your eye. I mean, if you want Jessica Rabbit, you gotta be more like Roger Rabbit. Roger Rabbit loved Jessica Rabbit, but you didn't see him fucking strangle her with the idea of what she was her own woman. She's her own woman. And a lot of Virgos are attracted to that. They're attracted to somebody who is their own person. But when they come across somebody who doesn't know who they are, Virgo tries to make them who they are. And when that person doesn't bend to be who a Virgo is, because a Virgo views themselves very highly. But when that person doesn't bend or fold to change or do those things, Virgo gets upset and Virgo tosses to the side. And it's just like that. Because everything in the life has to be fucking perfect as far as them, as far as what makes them feel perfectly comfortable each and every day. And whatever you're refusing to see about the situation, it's going to come to a head in July. It's going to come to a head because you're going to get tired of what the fuck? It's no depth. It's no depth to the situation. You already see what I look like. You can already picture what I look like naked. And yes, this reading is a little wild, but I like to make my readings themed because I like to bring in that energy. So with the Virgos, it's like, for some of you who are in, like, your focus is kind of like, it's not on love, but at the same time it is, because you're trying to figure out why it's not fitting right into your life at the moment, even though you can do what you want. And for some of you, if it is fitting right, you have to be careful this month of not setting basically unrealistic standards upon your partner, because people are going to be emotional this season. So you have to give people time, and you can't just be like, hey, let's do this, or you should have been doing, or you should have did that, or you should have did. No, they shouldn't have did anything for you, because what do you deserve? Are you going through what they're going through in their mind right now, Virgo? Vice versa. Sometimes you gotta be like, do you know what the fuck I'm going through? Take a step back. Leave me the fuck alone. I need a moment. Jesus Christ. Can I take a shit in peace? Like, really, like, that's the vibe for July. Can I take a shit in peace? Oh, wait, that's the catch. I forgot. I settled for somebody who's insecure, or I'm insecure, so I'm attracting someone else who's going to coddle me. You know, these are things that you have to ask yourself, Virgo. You can't. You're smart. You're smarter than this. You're smarter than this. Because victory lies within self-love and stern decisions, Virgo. Come on, victory lies in self-love and stern decisions. So you can't be out here acting like your sister Gemini. She's a fucking mess out here, changing her mind every fucking second. You don't do that, Virgo. So whatever situation in your life that had you like, yes, oh wait, no, oh wait, yes, oh wait, no, it took you out your element, get it out. Because 9 times out of 10, if something is up and down, it's not meant for you. If you're going back, or either you need to leave it the fuck alone and let it come back to, so you can see, so you can let the universe prove something to you for once, because you're such a fucking scientist, you're trying to figure this shit out right away, and you sit at home and you think about it, 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 but then it's just like you never really come to a full final decision. So it's either you are gonna stop rebelling against the universe and accept the signs and take them for what it is, or and listen to whoever. When people repeatedly tell you the same shit, Virgo, I would assume that there's some truth. I would assume that there's some heaviness to the words. I would want to act on those words. Whatever situation, I don't care what it is, I'm not going to put it just on love. Whatever situation that people have talked to you about constantly, and said the same thing, don't you think it would be a good time to listen to them? Or that one person that you hang out with and they kind of tell you the same thing, don't you think it's time to listen to them? And then the other thing is, you guys, you got a frog that is not going to turn into a prince because your intentions are not pure. So whatever situation in your life that's not budging, the intentions behind it all are not pure. Whether it be from the other person's intentions not pure or your intention, if it's not working out, it's not pure. So, of course, the fucking frog isn't going to have magical powers. He's not motivated to do it. He doesn't have to. Like, you just got to set it free. And, you know, you want your zest and your sensual. You want that. But, I mean, you can have it, but it's just like, Virgo, come on, bruh. We can't do it all out here. You know, we're not all like you. So this is where you're going to have to understand. This is where, like, you're going to have to ask yourself, okay, realistically, I need to get rid of this frog, or I see the potential in the situation. Let me make these changes within myself. Let me become a little bit more patient. Let me this and that. But you're going to have to use your discernment like no other this month, because people are going to be very tricky. Very tricky. Because the vibes are so emotional. They're so sympathetic to the point where even a Virgo would fall for something, you know, fall for a sob story. Or people will fall for your sob story, and you have to be careful that you're not sitting back concocting one because you want attention. And then there are others of you who are just cooling because you have your Jessica Rabbit. So I'm only speaking to those who are still having this issue of self-entitlement and letting things go. Because that's the theme for everybody. You're not excluded, Virgo. And you're not entitled, Virgo, to make anybody dress like this or tell anyone how to do what they do. If you don't like what they do, say bye. You don't have to manipulate them. Because that's when your karma comes into play. And I don't think y'all want to go through that shit again. I don't think you guys want to go through what happened last year. Geminis and Virgos got fucked up last year, remember? I'm just saying. Do better. I hope you guys listen. Bye, guys.